Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Dameon Nelson coming here from the online studios of MaxSportsOnline.com with this Raw wrap-up. The Raw wrap-up, Raw following WrestleMania 22, coming to you from the Allstate Arena in suburban Chicago, Illinois. I was privileged enough to be live in the building, and I've got this update from what I saw, not on the TV product, because I haven't had a chance to watch that yet, but actually from inside the venue. Sold-out crowd, lots of WrestleMania remnants, if you will, left in the building, such as some of the set elements and whatnot, but that's not as important as the good, the bad, the ugly. The good, of which there was a lot more than bad and ugly in this particular show. I am now a fan for Triple H. Triple H, a man who has been able to deliver over the last few weeks, got in that ring along with John Cena and Edge and put on an entertaining product. Didn't touch anybody, of course, but an entertaining product with his jabs at both Cena and Edge. The interaction between those three was simply phenomenal. Triple H, really a great character, the King of Kings. He's one of those people who ebbs and flows, if you will, with me. He's high, he's low. At this point, he's high. Shelton Benjamin's win over Chavo Guerrero was also a good part of Raw. Hell, it was great, because I thought it seemed as if Chavo was going to do it for Eddie and go out and win the Intercontinental Championship. But Shelton Benjamin must have been doing it for Owen Hart, since everybody's doing stuff for dead wrestlers nowadays. But Shelton Benjamin goes out and retains the Intercontinental Championship. The best and most awesome wrestler in the world today, Shelton Benjamin, proved it again at WrestleMania 22 just last night. While it's treading on waters that probably should not be tread, Vince McMahon's promo with his son Shane and Shawn Michaels was great. God will be in Shawn Michaels' corner at Backlash, and Vince McMahon will bring the man who came from his semen, quote-unquote, Shane McMahon. Good interaction. We'll talk more about that when we get to the bad parts and the ugly parts of this particular Raw. Speaking of more good, though, Mickie James, good. And Meathead sent me some pictures of her at a website, wrestling-news.com, that are to be seen, to say the very least. But be that as it may, Mickie James, she is excellent with Trish's, not only part of her music, but dressed and looking just like Trish Stratus and coming out and dominating in the matchup again tonight on Raw. Mickie James, probably one of the best performers in the Diva storylines in a number of years. And I said it for weeks, folks. The best angle for the Divas is before us right now. The Spirit Squad, who would have thought a month ago when they came out, I sat there looking at TV and saying, what the heck is this? What are these guys doing? But it is a great angle, great gimmick, and now the tag team champions of the world. 5 men. I think the angle for moving forward is going to be, you never know which two you're going to face. Some legs on that angle of the Spirit Squad beating Kane and the Big Show for the tag team championships, which is what Carlito and Chris Masters seemingly couldn't do last night. Don't quite get that. But those are the good things about Raw. One bad thing about Raw is Ric Flair coming out and just simply being squashed by some new guy. Ric Flair is a 16-time champion. Granted, he may feel he can get a 17th title reign. I don't think that'll be the case. But gets squashed by this new guy. You know, Ric Flair should not be used in these scenarios, in my opinion. Ric Flair should be a special man, a special match. He should be like The Fink. He should be like JR. He should be like Hulk Hogan. Only come out when it's time for big things to happen on the program. That's simply what I think about Ric Flair and his use right now. He lost the Money in the Bank ladder match, RVD, coming out and saying that it would be an extreme situation when he defends or when he takes advantage of the opportunity for a world title reign. Imagine it, folks, at ECW One Night Stand, which looks to be the plan, a WWE Heavyweight Championship match. I'd love to hear you all start talking about that, because some purists are not going to like that at all out there. Also, actually, that was the only bad thing on Raw, but now let's move on to the ugly. The ugly Eddie Guerrero. Now, folks, I'll say it again, and I don't care if people agree with me or not. Leave it alone. Eddie Guerrero died in November. It is not respectable to continue to use his death in storylines. It is not respectable to him as a wrestler. So all of you who are complaining about the fact that I don't like the fact that they're using Eddie Guerrero or doing things for Eddie, think about how disrespectful it is to him to continue to use him to progress storylines and basically to make money, because that's all it's boiling down to. They're using him to make money. We didn't see it when Owen Hart died. We didn't see it when Mr. Perfect died. We didn't see it when all these other great superstars died. I'm not doubting the contributions that were made by Eddie Guerrero. I'm not doubting the emotional connection that some fans have with him. But I think and I feel that they are simply taking advantage of Eddie Guerrero's passing and not really anybody doing anything for Eddie Guerrero. Leave it alone. We thought there'd be some closure at the Hall of Fame ceremony, maybe even at WrestleMania. Doesn't seem to be the case. Maybe, I guess it's a great white hope, maybe there was some closure tonight as Eddie Guerrero quit the company. And the final ugly thing about Raw, old storylines. I said in the WrestleMania wrap-up that WrestleMania used to be the beginning and end of storylines, yet we see it's what was WrestleMania, just another pay-per-view, because we still see HBK going up against the McMahons. We still see Cena, Triple H, Granted Edge is involved now, but we see a lot of stuff still happening. Mickie James, Trish Stratus. WrestleMania should be stop, start the way it always was. But apparently not so much the case in this day and age of wrestling. I guess I gotta stop being so old school and start being a little bit more new school. Overall, from being live in the Allstate Arena, a dump. All live in the Allstate Arena. It was a great show, in my opinion, a great Raw. Hopefully it translated as good on TV as it did live. Folks, the Raw wrap-ups are back. We're going to do them every week, again, right here on MaxSportsOnline.com. Keep tuning in. We've got some announcements coming up over the next few weeks that are going to be for you, the fans. More interactive versions of the show is coming, and we want you to be a part of it. MaxSportsOnline.com is the place to go to for the exclusive show updates. And also, you can email us, DNelson, or mail at MaxSportsOnline.com to give us your comments, questions, concerns. We'll address them here on the air. Thank you for tuning in to this week's Raw Wrap-Up. Dameon Nelson signing off for Max Sports.